Okay, if you want to mute it until I say something to you, you can. Okay. Hold on, let me see. I'm gonna start with okay, because then my drop will come in. Yeah, I just want to start off by saying thank you so much to everybody that's been rocking with me from day one. Everybody that's been rocking with the Breezy Gates brand since it started. Like, I cannot express how grateful I am, just to have you guys be loyal to my brand, and for everybody who's been rocking with my Breezy Breakdown sports stuff from the jump too. Like, I'm so grateful and so excited about having my own podcast now and really having my own baby and something that I can dedicate to my love for sports. For the new people who are supporting me, thank you, thank you, thank you. Like, my inbox since I posted my podcast has been flooded, and I'm so excited to see new faces and people from different cities really support me and what I'm doing. So I really appreciate it. I hope that one day we'll all have the opportunity to argue about sports together. But thank you so much for everybody for your love and support of my brand. I cannot say thank you enough. So, as you listen to this podcast, if you have not before you started listening, please, please, please subscribe. So, I'm going to do something really special for one of my subscribers after this episode number 1 is posted. And also for people after you listen to it, comment. Like, I want feedback. I want to hear about what y'all want to hear more of, what y'all thought about it, what you think could have been improved, anything like, and who you think gonna win the college football playoff, because that's what we're talking about today. So definitely comment, let me know what you think, how you feel about this podcast. I'm open to all feedback. I'm just happy to be able to interact with you guys on a consistent basis. And my social media handles are, if you follow me, it's Instagram at Breezy Gates. Facebook is also Breezy Gates. You can go to breezygates.com. Everything is Breezy Gates. And I just thank y'all so much for rocking with it. I've been a podcast host in the past for sports, music, and like current events. I absolutely love being a host. I got to contribute a lot of my sports knowledge and just life knowledge in general doing that. I have had videos featured on ESPN, such as First Take. I've been on a couple major blogs as well with my sports commentary. So to finally come full circle and to have my own baby and to have my own podcast is just absolutely amazing and fulfilling for me. There's not many women in this, kind of lane. And I'm definitely excited to try to take it over and go to the next level. I'm excited to show what women know about sports and sports commentary. And this is a podcast that's for everybody, like despite race, despite gender, despite how much you think you know or don't know about sports, like everything is welcome here on Breezy's Breakdown. I'm so excited to have people on that I can debate sports with, and we can go back and forth. We can be toe to toe. The hottest players right now, whether it be collegiate, whether it be professional, JUCO, whatever. And then just talking about sports news, y'all see like how many transfers it's been and just how the coaches in and out and just different stuff. Like, we're going to talk about everything on this podcast. So I'm really excited about that. But without further ado, this first episode is going to be about the college football playoffs 2019. I will preface this by saying I am from Alabama and I am an Alabama fan. I feel like when you're born in Alabama, you are you are either Alabama or Auburn person before you even get a name, kind of a thing. And so I'm so excited for Bama to be in the playoffs again. I'm not even going to act like I'm not for the sake of my podcast. Like, I'm going to just be real. I'm a huge Bama fan. So coming into the college football playoffs once again, it's against Clemson this year. We've seen that matchup a few times. Now, the matchup may not be new, but the talent is, and it's outstanding. Like, this has been a very exciting college football season for those of you who have been watching. For those of you who have not, I'm going to put up like a video of some of like the hottest moments. in college football this regular season, shortly, probably next week, just about different tidbits and big plays, a lot of big catches in general that happened over the course of the season, a lot of quarterback switches and things of that nature. So if you have been watching, though, you know how exciting it has been. So to have these two teams back in the playoffs, I think nobody is sad about it. It's two amazing competitive teams, and I think it's going to be a amazing game despite them having had history in the past. So without further ado, there's nothing that tops talking about the college football playoffs than with someone who has been in it themselves. My friend, OJ Howard, NFL tight end, currently for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And also, as you guys know, the University of Alabama standout, has been a part of the college football playoffs numerous of times across his collegiate career. He's had much success at the tight end position. Honestly, one of my favorite tight ends who's ever come through Alabama. I could be biased, but he's an amazing athlete, amazing guy. So he is the first guest on my show. I am so grateful and excited to have him today. OJ, how have you been? How's everything since the regular season has ended? What's been going on?
Hey, how you doing?
Hi.
Good, good. I've been doing good though. Right now, like you said, I'm in the off-season program right now, so I just been taking it easy these first couple weeks with the season ending. I'm just back here trying to get my feet together, about to drop a plan and get ready for this off-season to start pretty soon.
That's exciting. So what's something that you would say you want to work on the most this offseason?
I think I could even take my game to the next level by route running. I've seen this year some of the players I had the opportunity to make when I was playing. But I think I could even take another step with becoming an elite, with route running. So I'm just going to focus on that. Try to find some ways to get open in the passing game to help my quarterback and help my team be successful. So that's going to be my main focus this all season.
That's awesome. It's been so much fun just watching you guys across the season, seeing somebody that I know on the field and who's dedicated to getting better. So it's been really exciting. I know that it's such a different term from collegiate football, but we're gonna talk about that today. So I know you have played Clemson in the college football playoffs, but I wanted to
Right.
ask you and kind of get your perspective on, how do you think this year's playoffs will be different? As far as since we've seen this matchup so many times now, what do you think will be different about this particular game?
I think this time coming around, Clemson and Alabama both have two very outstanding, really good defensive line. So that's going to be a big factor in the game. If those two defensive line can get pressure on the quarterbacks on each side, I think it's going to be hard to have a high scoring game. But on the other hand, you have two outstanding quarterbacks, and I think this is the first time you can say you have two young guys that are respectively like the top quarterbacks of their class when they got a chance to go pro playing. So I'm looking forward to seeing that game Monday with two really good quarterbacks going against each other.
Right. And even like looking at their numbers, like the quarterback numbers, like they are so similar, like you said, like
Yeah,
they've been so successful. And even like watching the dynamics of the quarterback situation at Alabama with, going from Tua to Jalen and having that option, like that's going to be really exciting to see. I think our framework and how we thought about, college football even this season was like completely plastered when, we saw Jalen get in the SEC championship and kind of take over in the game. It's just awesome to see that Alabama has that versatility. I'm not saying that Clemson doesn't, but just seeing that there's two awesome dual threat quarterbacks at Alabama definitely is going to be appealing to a lot of people to see, kind of who plays, what downs, and
right.
things of that nature. So.
Right, exactly. Yeah, like you said, Jalen came in, when Tua got hurt for the SEC championship game. He helped us win the game. I think that's impressive. Not many
Right.
teams can say if their starting quarterback gets hurt, their backup can lead them to national championship. And I think Alabama brings that to the table, and that's why they're going to be so special.
I think so too. And even just looking at the quarterback play and kind of piggybacking off of that, like these quarterbacks have had amazing receivers to throw to. They've had top receivers and top running backs across the board. And
Mm-hmm.
over the years, we've seen Cooper, Ridley, and now Judy. all from South Florida, outstanding receivers. What do you think is most significant about what Judy brings to this offense and this receiving core this season that kind of makes it a little different from the ones we've seen in the past?
Like you said, he's different. He had the opportunity to win the Bionic Award this year for the receiver as a sophomore, the best receiver in the country. So, I think he just brings what Amari and Calvin had together with the speed, his route running, and his agility. He has all three of those things. That the other
Yeah,
two guys probably had individually, but he has all three in one package. And I think that's made
yeah,
Judy so explosive. And his run out the catch ability is amazing. Like not one guy really can bring him down too many times. He's good at making
right.
guys miss. So I think that's what makes him stand out the most.
It does. I think something that also stood out to me, because I'm big on like, player character, right? So
Yeah,
even like looking at him when they brought up, comparing him to Cooper and Ridley, he was just kind of like, oh nah, like, just as a
yeah,
sophomore, that made him very uncomfortable. And I just love the humbleness that Judy shows, like despite his ability and despite what he's accomplished thus far. I mean, he has 63 passes this season for nearly 1,200 yards, 13 touchdowns in the regular season. So just seeing how explosive he's been in that position, but seeing how humble he's been was definitely something that made me even more of a Judy fan.
yeah. That is big. Like you said, being a sophomore, knowing you got to come back for extra year of eligibility next year, and then winning the best receiver in the world as a sophomore, that means you got to come back at the next season and do it again. And just to be so humble, and I think that's pretty cool to see.
I think so too. I'm excited to see him next year and how he improves even more in the off season. Is definitely going to be exciting. Just even looking at the game in the perspective of just watching through the season, I think going into this game and seeing how Alabama played Oklahoma, how they played Georgia, and just the different dynamics and the real team relationship that they've shown just really has a lot of people excited about what they're going to bring to the table for the national championship. I know for that team and Nick Saban, we can never predict what's going to happen and the play calls and stuff like that. And I think that's what makes Alabama football so exciting. So, what are you looking forward to seeing most in this upcoming championship game?
Um, I'm literally looking to see how we come out and handle a situation when it's playing a really good quarterback. I think that's going to be big key for us. If we can get pressure on him, make him uncomfortable, and force him to have some turnovers, I think we're going to have a good chance of winning the game. Like I said, I think this is probably the best quarterback we faced all around all year, even the best team all year. So I think if we can get some pressure on him with our D line and our defensive backs play really good in the secondary and make some turnovers, I think we're gonna do a great job of having a chance to win the game by a lot. So I'm looking forward to see how our defense comes up and show out.
I think so too. Like a lot of people have asked me, like, what do I want to see? And I want to see Bama get out early. Like, I want to
Yeah,
see the energy and the momentum from the time the clock starts until it finishes. I think I can, attest for all Bama fans, like, who y'all have had us on the edge, like in so many games this
yeah,
season. And
yeah.
I'm like, oh my God, I'm stressed out, So I just want to see us get out early, really set the tempo for the game, and really bring our best foot forward. I think they're prepared. I'm excited to see that as well. And I know, as a previous Alabama player and also as a, previous collegiate champion, you have high hopes for them. So what's your favorite memory from when you were in the position that they are in now?
I would say just from the 2015 national championship down in Arizona against Clemson again. So I think
Mm-hmm.
when we had a chance to Clemson had just scored and we were up by like 7 points and they had the momentum. And then Key and Drake returned the kickoff return for like 95 yards for the touchdown. I think that really like set us out, that set us apart that game and made Clemson kind of put the pressure back on them. That was a big return for us, and it ultimately like led to a victory for us in the fourth quarter. It was the fourth quarter, so it was a big return for us. And at that moment there, it was the moment I think I knew our team was going to pull in our first championship as that team together as a unit.
That was an awesome moment. For you who don't know, Bama won in 2015. Clemson won in 2016. Bama won last year in 2000. Well, in 2017. And so, you look at just the history of Alabama and Clemson playing. You look at, just going back to the whole history of you guys in Clemson, and it's definitely been a bun burner. I mean, people are calling this like the new college football rivalry,
Yeah,
and like y'all aren't even in the same conference. So just being able to see that and being able to see the competitive nature of these teams has just been awesome. I'm super excited to watch the game. I know you'll be watching. Are you going?
yeah. I'm actually down here right now, so
Okay,
I'll be
okay.
there Monday. Yeah, I'll be at the game.
So you'll be there.
Yeah,
Okay, cool. Well, I'm so excited to see how this game pans out. You guys, this is going to be a great game. And this is my first player interview. I'm so excited that I had you on, OJ, to
thank you
get
for
your
having me.
insight and intake on the college football playoffs for this year in 2019. I know for the record, I will say there's been a lot of major suspensions, like Deontay Brown, offensive lineman. You got Dexter Lawrence out for the defensive tackle. So there's been a lot of changes, but I think the guys who are able to play and who aren't are definitely positive and motivated. It's going to be a great game on Monday, and I'm just excited. I'm sure you are too.
Yeah, I am. I'm looking forward to seeing us bring in what would it be number 17 for us. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, that'll be cool. I think the guys will get it done, but it won't be easy. Like I said earlier, it won't be easy. But I'm definitely rooting for the title course, and hopefully we can bring it home.
That's awesome. Well, thank you again, OJ. And thank you so much, you guys, for listening to Breezy's Breakdown. Once again, week in, week out, we will be here talking to you about the hottest things in sports, the greatest athletes to play collegiate and professional sports, and to also talk to you guys about sports news, the changes, the transfers, the new recruits, even because that's a big thing that's coming up right now. So definitely check us out. Thank you so much for listening. Be sure to give me a comment and let me know how you like this first episode, and I will get back at you guys next week. Thanks, OJ.
Thank you.
Thanks.